Hope I'm right. Let's see. Yes, 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 yes. Happy Tuesday. Hello. I just came back from seeing some friends, and it's been a lovely day. But it's getting late, so I got to find a way to come on earlier so that I can be more energy, manage my energy. I think that's one of the topics I talked about a few days ago. But here I am, and I'm going to get right into it. We're talking about people are different. Think about it. You have certain things that you're very good at, and you have certain things that you're not so good at. But those things that you're not so good at, there's somebody who is very good at them. And when you decide to collaborate, there's an overlap so that all the skill sets needed for any particular project. Let's say you're working on a particular project, and the areas that you're not so good at are needed, and you bring on somebody else who is able to overlap those areas you're not so good at. The project will be in good hands because with both of you, there's an overlap. The beauty of having different skill sets is that we are able to collaborate and overlap each other. We don't need to see it as competition, we see it as collaboration. Now, depending on the type of mindset a person has, some might see it as competition rather than collaboration. So my label sticking out. So, appreciate differences. When we appreciate our differences, you start to seek out people who are good in things that you are not so good at. Like, hey, I'm very good in writing, but organizing, this is hypothetical. Organizing is not so good in putting a schedule together, but if you want me to write articles, I can write articles. Actually, for me, I love to put things in schedule because my background is in project management as well. So I love to see timelines. Okay, we start from here. This is where we're going. We can work backwards, and this is where we're going to start from. This is where we're going to get to. But writing articles, especially long articles. I have a friend who's amazing. She's an amazing writer. I can have her do all my writing for me. Not that I can write, but there's some people who are gifted. That's their gifting. For me, one of my giftings is leadership. I can lead teams. I can put teams together. We can work on a project, get it done. No issues. So, not that one is better than the other. It's all needed. But the good thing is knowing what you're good at and knowing what areas you need someone else to take charge of, and accepting that we are supposed to be different. We're not supposed to be the same. Imagine if we're all the same. Quite boring. I said I was with some friends. I think there was about 8 of us, and every single person, except for the mother and daughter that we were with, every single person was from a different country. Totally different country. We had Malaysia, we had Eritrea, we had India, we had These are each people. Each one brings something different in our being nervous. The word I'm looking for, scared of their culture. That we need to. I said that someone is from Iraq. I have friends from Iraq. Seeing that people are different and appreciating our differences will take us far. And it will also help us overcome biases that we may sometimes have heard other people say. There's some videos going around about people who have visited the US and they're shocked because they had a different perspective of the US until, because of the World Cup, they came over and now they're showing videos of how wonderful the US is. Meanwhile, they heard something else. So there's nothing better than meeting people from different countries and cultures and interacting and learning and seeing that we may be different, but we're not so different. And where we're different, it's a good thing to be different. And so someone saying culture shock. I've been through culture shock several times because I've lived in different countries, different continents. But it's learning to adapt and appreciate our differences will help you overcome any culture shock. And accepting that we're not supposed to see things the same way. I had culture shock when I moved from Nigeria to the US because I was used to doing certain things certain way in Nigeria. I got to the US and it's like, oh, they're doing it differently. Then from the US, I moved to Bahrain. It's like, oh, they're doing it differently. But the second time I was more accepting and understanding that it's supposed to be different. But the main things we have, it's very similar values. We want to be respected. We want to have belonging. We want to be respected. In those things, we're not that different. But in some ways, we are different. But you can even have people in the same country that are different. So it's not just about countries or cultures, personalities. So appreciate and accept that people should be different and are different from you and I. And rather than shrink away and say, oh, this person is too different. You have not traveled much. That's okay. You can learn. There's a lot of information. Good thing about these days, back in the day when I was growing up, there wasn't that much information. But now there's so much you can learn. Just go to YouTube. Talk to people that are around you. They can tell you of their experiences going to other countries. So there's so many ways to learn about each other. So I encourage you to explore, appreciate, and don't lose yourself in the process, of course. Appreciate yourself first, because you bring value just the way you are. And then appreciate others for the differences they bring, the different perspective that they bring. And so thank you so much for joining. A little longer than I thought. But I think I enjoy talking about cultures because living here in Bahrain, I get to meet people from all. Like I said, I'm just from a I was good.